By match 48 of the 2026 season, the Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals were statistical twins, both entering with 4 wins and 5 losses. For both teams, a 6th defeat would likely end their realistic path to the playoffs. There was no longer a mathematical buffer for failure. This match functioned as a filter. The winner would maintain their postseason trajectory, while the loser faced the prospect of a season-ending slide. The encounter took place on May 5th at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. This chart highlights the venue's recent history, where chasing teams won 5 of 6 matches. Environmental data explains that bias. Meteorologists issued an alert for heavy dew starting around the 12th over. A wet ball saps the effectiveness of both spinners and seamers. Despite these historical trends and the specific weather warnings, the Delhi Capitals won the toss and chose to bat first. The decision raised a central question. Did Delhi have a tactical plan that bypassed the data, or was this a high-stakes miscalculation? Delhi immediately struggled on a sticky, dual-paced pitch. The abrasive surface caused the ball to grip and hold, making it difficult for batters to time their shots or find a scoring rhythm. Chennai capitalized by leaning into their spin attack. They kept the ball on the stumps and slowed the pace, forcing Delhi to create their own power on a surface that offered none. This run rate graph shows Delhi's momentum stalling. They scored only 37 runs in the power play and sat at 77 for 5 by the halfway mark. Choosing to bat first on a surface tuned for spin gave Chennai the physical tools needed to stall Delhi's top order. Delhi attempted to recover by using an impact sub to support Tristan Stubbs. They focused on stabilizing the innings rather than high-risk hitting. This recovery allowed Delhi to reach 155 for 7. It was a competitive total for a difficult pitch, but one that lacked the cushion needed to account for the incoming dew. Chennai's chase was led by Sanju Samson, who had already scored an unbeaten 115 against Delhi earlier in the season. Having a batter with that history chasing a modest total put the psychological pressure back on the Capitals' bowling unit. This warm graph shows Chennai's methodical approach. Reaching 105 for 2 by the 13th over, they kept their scoring perfectly tied to the required rate. At that point, the forecasted dew arrived. Delhi's bowlers lost control, easing the pressure. Chennai used the conditions to dictate the tempo. With the ball sliding onto the bat, they cleared the target by executing low-risk strokes. Chennai systematically leveraged the environmental mistakes Delhi made at the start, winning through calculation rather than high-risk hitting. Before the match, both teams were nearly indistinguishable on the points table, possessing similar levels of talent and identical win-loss records. The game eventually highlighted a significant difference in how each side accounted for the external variables of the venue. In modern franchise cricket, raw talent provides a baseline of competitiveness, but it is rarely enough to secure a win when the conditions are unfavorable. Consistency in the IPL requires a synchronization of scouting, data analysis, and environmental adaptation. Chennai's victory suggests that in an analytics-driven league, dismissing environmental data forces a team to play against the conditions and the opponent at once, making a playoff push significantly more difficult.